Why would you cast this into my Vortex? I think they must have two. Alright, this is such a weird play. I think they have double Akrazot because nothing else, fits this situation. Oh, this one. Right. And I'm drawing cards, right? Sure. If anything, we just discard it. See how insane this card is? And it cost us 0. Hello everyone, it's Sloth here, and today Esper controls something you've been waiting since the new expansion hit, and I think this version is a worthwhile one, because we have Farewell. I know it looks funny, but it works. Desist is basically a Farewell. You don't need green in this deck, because you can use black mana for Cease and white mana for 6 mana Sweeper that hits artifacts and enchantments. So against decks like Boros, this will win you the game. Against other matchups, use Cycle. With Intimidation Campaign, you know that you are never losing the value game. With Jace, you know you are not losing any non-aggro matchups, and with Lockdown, you know that you are not losing aggro matchups. On top of this, we have some counter spells, a lot of cheap removal like Rona's Vortex. With Intimidation Campaign, we can be a bit wasteful, and it also hits Planeswalker, so if you hit any kind of weird Raska deck, you are always having an answer, and especially against Jace that your opponent might cast. So the deck is very small, very simple, and extremely deadly. It has basically answers to everything. You just need to draw them in the right moment and you win. So with that being said, let's go into the games. And if you want to support making content like this, support the channel, check out the Patreon. It makes a huge difference for a small medium channel like this. And I heard that every Patreon member is one less mono-red player on the ladder. I don't confirm it, but there is a chance you are making the world better by this. Alright guys, let's go into the games and have fun. Alright, so our opponent is playing an aggro deck. Who would think? Who would think? They're on the play with an aggro deck, so we probably need to draw a Lockdown or we lose the game. Let's see if we are good enough at Magic to draw a Lockdown. Yeah, Lockdown destroys their whole deck. 1 damage acquired. Alright, we are starting to get somewhere. I'm not sure how exactly we will play this. Next turn can be Jace. I wonder if they will go... I'm not killing the Siren because I assume they have more creatures, but you can never know. Crowing? Sure. Alright, I think I wait until Explorers. Man, this is such a good moment to kill it. Alright, I'm killing it anyway. So let's do it now. They can steal the map token, but if they don't have another creature, I'm not sure if they do. The Bunnycorn. A big one. That's a big one. Well, definitely with this one. So maybe our game plan is to just kill this and hope they don't have more. I think this is a decent game plan. They have, right? They solved it. Sacrifice, put 4 on target non-creature artifact. So they will reanimate something, but then we go Beza. So I kinda like this play, honestly. Let's go River. Let's kill the Bunnycorn so they don't have a free crewing. Speaking so hard. We still have Rona Vortex, so if they reanimate this or this, I mean, we can get rid of it. I just need to pass priority super quickly so they don't see. I think it's 3 mana. Yep. What can you do about this one? So I could bounce it, but they get more value this way, so it's not great. A 2-3. They don't like it. They want something stronger. That's interesting. I really hope they will solve the case with here. But, it is what it is. It's probably too early for Beza. Let's go Fountain Court. So I could go Jace and get it to 0. It's kinda tempting, to be honest. This is 4-4, right? I mean, then they can get the Schooner. I think that means we have to go for this play. This is a bit weird, but I think this is the best one. Because that opens Rona Vortex. Alright, so we can get rid of the power on this creature. They will still probably attack Jace, I believe. Alright. Alright. We disable one creature and we set up the Jace for the rest of the game, so that could be really nice. But we are really fighting for survival. Imagine drawing Lockdown and instantly win the game. Like, I would love to get this type of game, but I guess I'm not good enough in Magic, you know? We cannot target it now, right? We need to wait. Oh, and they want to attack, right? Because if, for example, we targeted it now, then they just screw this and attack with this. But here, we get the full value, man. Oh, this is huge. This is so huge. Here we go. That was our game plan. So, we don't have... Oh, we don't have double white. I think we will go then... with this, with Demolition Field this. I mean... You know what? We need to do it differently. Because they can use the clue if we do it like this, and I don't really want to allow it. Do I want to draw a card? So we kill this, they won't use it, then... Oh, but they cannot clue. Man, Mirrex is actually super important here. Because they can use Mirrex, they can crew the schooner with it. Yeah, I think we have to do it now. That's super awkward. I didn't really want to make this play, but I think we have to. And we're going for... I'm not sure which mana. We have double blue, so we can take whatever color we like. White. We need second white for Beza, right? Alright, you know what? We are kinda making progress. It's really awkward, but we're getting there. You know, without drawing Lockdown that instantly kills everything our opponent has. Alright. Let's see, this is a huge turn. Did they really not use the clue? Alright, maybe there's something more. Maybe they're animated in some way? Or what's the play? Okay, that makes sense. We need to counter it. That's huge play. Alright, that explains no sacrifice. But that also means they cannot do anything on this turn. And that's great. If I play Beza, I get a blocker. Can I draw cards already? I would love to draw some cards, man, but then he can... Yeah, it's not amazing. I think the play is to play Beza here. And we live gain as well, right? We don't get the tokens, but I think we just need to go, you know, for some bigger plays. Alright, do I draw a card? That's a huge decision. What removal they had? Not really anything. They will explore, so that will really help them. I think one more turn. The draw is not amazing, unfortunately, so we need to work with it. But on the next turn we can do a lot. Well, this is unfortunate. Extreme. Wow. Well, with this kind of perfect answer, wow. They definitely drew one of those cards. Probably Warden. Oh, no, maybe Get Lost, right? They would kill the Jace if they could. Oh, man. So I think at this point we're just trying to start to draw Lockdown and, you know, be a good player. Let's mill them, so they don't get good creatures like the Warden. At every point we're doing Lockdown and we're winning the game. A counterspell. Alright, that's something. Let's play the untapped lands. We still have a blocker, so that could be interesting, and we can draw 2 cards with this. So if they focus on Jace too much, we will just try to draw 3 cards, hit Lockdown, and, you know, win the game. They already got rid of double Get Lost. I mean, this is such a juicy target. And it's also high converted mana cost, so let's go for this. And that means we cannot do all of the cards. But they still need to overcommit on Jace, I believe. Otherwise we can just make a fish. Yep. Let's see how they will attack. Yep, that's a correct decision. Man, aggro decks have such insane levels of value just for free, man. That's crazy. As a control deck, it's so hard to draw cards, man. I guess we need to play aggro for that. So, what we are doing, we will draw a card here. I really need to get some kind of sweepers. Not a sweeper. Not a sweeper. Do I draw a lot? Another card? I think I do. A little bit desperate, but if we hit the right card, we win. We're not hitting the right card, we do not win. Alright, so on this turn I think it's Shores. So we have multiple ways to play this. I think we probably try to keep this a bit low. They will scale, but we still have time to draw our lockdown. As you can see, the whole game is just me trying to hit lockdown, because that is a hard counter to the whole deck. I could kill the schooner right now, preventing quite a lot of damage. I really like this play. Alright, let's go for it. But do we want to pay so much life? I think we will discard Demolition Field here. I don't think I have luxury. And we have quite a lot of mana, so we should be able to play the game from this. And this is Sorcerer, so they couldn't tap. Alright, 3 damage, that's fine. If they cast something huge that doesn't get hit by a lockdown, we normalize it. That was exactly what I was thinking about. Alright, they can draw a card and that's pretty much it. So, we just need to hit a lockdown. I guess we are not getting it. Alright. We can still make some interesting plays, right? We have the Reef, we have Fountain Ports, we can block with a token and then sacrifice it to keep drawing cards. Our opponent will probably sacrifice the Crew, right? So that means the Glyph is not an issue anymore. The Schooner is not an issue anymore. Man, I will laugh if I win the game and then I draw lockdown after the game is won. But let's set. We could draw some cards with 3 steps ahead. We can take this full hit. The Bannicorn. I mean, it still dies, right? Do I want to draw those 2 cards? 3, 5. I don't really do anything outside of it. So I think we don't do anything, because then we can threaten the Reef. And they cannot really attack easily. Seems they have more. Alright. I mean, this is kind of the same thing. I just need to hit my stuff, you know? All of this is converted mana cost 3 or less. So 1 lockdown just wins the game on the spot. If they attack, we can just go Reef and kill it, so they don't really want to do it. This is a very smart play. I love it. This is a really good one. Do you think we die to Bannicorn? I think we should have 1 more turn. We go to 10. We block 2 of them. And we can make a copy for the next turn. Or we can just keep cycling. Let's go for the fish. I think this gives us more time. Alright. You know what? You know what? Can this be more awkward than this? But you know what? We are winning the game anyway, so I will take it. I cannot draw cards with this. So what I have to go for is to play lockdown. I probably should attack, but it doesn't matter. And now we have 5 mana. And see, the whole game is just me trying to play lockdown. And when we do, our opponent has 0 chance of winning. So yeah, we did the thing. Well, we are on the draw. You know that it's already great, so we are already at huge disadvantage. However, our opponent is playing a discard deck, so I think we'll go with the lockdown. We'll try to get the missing value with Beza. All we have to do right now, is try to survive and play Beza, and we should get enough extra value that we should outvalue this guy. Alright, this is, not my favorite card to draw here, but a card that can trade against stuff. And we can always seize against this. Mishra's Foundry with an OG black border. Love to see it. We will definitely counter this. And no more lies feels sweet. Not gonna lie. Alright, extremely nice draw. So if they discard, I think I will just go with the lockdown and I will be happy with it. Oh, the Bat of Absolute Doom, huh? Now this is so awkward. I think we just say okay. I think he will take 3 steps ahead, but the point is, whatever he chooses, we cast the other thing. So it's not super easy for him. The problem is that we can kill the bat with a lockdown, but then we don't have mana to counter the, the thing. All right, I will cast these, not this, cease, and we get rid of the negotiation. So, and I'm the player. I want to draw the goodies. I mean, listen, always good value here. Alright, so what do we play? I could go for Beza, but I'm not drawing cards. That means we go Fountain Port and we go for the Vortex. They know about the Vortex, right? Is there any reason to... I want the instant speed. We don't super care about card advantage. Like, we care about it, but Beza just, mitigates the bad card advantage. And why would you cast this into my Vortex? I think they must have two. Right? Wait, maybe they will be scared of the Emperor. Nope. Unfortunately, nope. Alright, this is such a weird play. I think they have double Akrazot because nothing else, fits this situation. And then we cast Lockdown, they cast another Akrazot, and we are in some serious trouble because we cannot counter it on this one particular turn, and that's what the bat gives them. So let's see the Akrazot. Oh man, if they are going for the Founders, I don't think that's the winning play. Alright, I expected more. So, do we activate the Reef? Or we just go Beza? I don't have good value here. They need to tap all the mana before combat phase if they want to attack with the Foundress. Creature. I mean, this is a really nice target for a counterspell. We also need those extra cards. So they can attack with one Foundry, but that's it. And they're running short on cards. Oh man, this is so nice. I want all of those cards. It pains my heart to, not get any of them. But with this, we can mitigate a lot of damage. Well, this is not the best draw of the year. Do I just play Beza? I'm not really getting too much value, but I think I'm getting the treasure, right? 4/6. You know what? Treasure and live game and a blocker is good enough for me. That means we have 3 steps ahead, and that's probably all we need to win the game. Just counter one of those 2 cards because the other one won't be great. Absolutely, my friend. I have a candidate for this play. And this is the only card that might matter. Well. Yep, and now they're in full top deck mode, they cannot attack, and we have Intimidation Campaign, Fountain Port and Reef, so we can commit crime every time. And they are going for the Scry, that's nice, that's okay, they don't have other plays. So their next card can be good, they like one of them. And let's see what we get. We generally have more card advantage than they do. Do I attack? We don't need to. Like, our deck is stronger. Especially against this card, they trade 1 for 1. He just top decked. He just top deck remover for Beza. You know what? It's fine. It's fine. I have more. It's fine. You know what? And let's give our opponent a full reign on this one. And we won't block with a fish. It will be 4 cards later. We're not getting the tokens anyway, so, not a biggie. He can pump it, so it will be... I mean, we save 4 damage. But I still don't think it's worth it. They didn't even wait for it. Alright. So we go Beza again. We live game again. And do I get the treasure? 4-7, 4-7, not really. Yeah, but that's still good enough. And we don't go Fountain Port. Oh, sorry, I need double white for this, I forgot. White, white, Fountain Port, and a random color. Because we need 2 mana and Fountain Port to sacrifice the fish. And against Beza, they cannot really do anything, and Intimidation Campaign makes sure that we always get card advantage, especially with Reef that can target their face. Alright, our opponent is going first, let's see it. We have some interactions, but we are on the draw, so it will be rough. And it seems to be Simic. We still will play the Reef on turn 1. We definitely need to start fixing our situation a little bit. So we have infinite value. And on the draw, the only thing constraining us is mana. And unfortunately, we still get... like, we always have less mana than we need. On the play, if you have campaigns, you basically have more mana and more value. So that's where you want to be. Still, we'll try to make it work. That's the third one. And we have to cast it. We don't really want to tap out, but we have to. And that's something. Is that the bounce spell? Go for the Throat is a dead card, probably. I don't think we will get any use of it. So our draw is really bad right now. However, we can kill the Jace, they probably don't expect it.
You cannot win.
Alright, so this is a self-mill, right? So we have to go for this, and we have to go for Rona's Vortex because before they get the, more value. I mean, this is so awkward because I already have like 50 mana of place here. Alright, and this is a little bit better. Okay, this is the first turn since the start of the game where we actually can make decisions. And yeah, I think we keep the counter spell. We try to, cycle the bad cards, like go for the Throats. He is going for the Fabled Passage. We know that he has Jace, probably as one of the wincons, so we need to be careful. Here it is. I mean, this doesn't do much. It gives them mana, but that's basically it. So you know what? I'm okay with this. It means more cards, but they still need to play something that matters. Now, do I Demolition Cube? No, we just kill this. I would love to draw untapped land because then I can go Intimidation Campaign. And this is what I was saying from the start. We have infinite value, but we don't have time to use it. Adarkar Wastes will definitely help a lot. That means we can start to draw cards while also keeping 3 steps ahead. We need to get a lot of counter spells here. And then we need to get Jace and we win the game. That's the game plan. We can remove everything that is a creature. So things like Lumra do not really matter because it's super slow and it even it gets them lands, but they still need to find something to play with those lands. And they only have 4 cards in total. And it feels like they used the best cards right now. So I wouldn't be surprised if they pass the turn. Yep. Here's the first one. The first of many. So we go again. The same game plan because we need to keep drawing a lot of cards, and we'll play the Shores probably on this turn. Perfect. This is the type of cards we need to win the game. Alright. I think we're fixing the situation. Now we have untapped land, so we will start having more mana. Normalize is a little bit, lackluster because they have so much, but I hope we will find them, at double spelling turn. Let's counter it. And they still have always the next Jace. And this is what I'm talking about. Like, look at this value. I can spend 10 mana a turn just to draw cards. Yep. And that's I don't think they run counter spells too much. And we need to make sure that we always use the scorers because our mana is super strict here. I think we'll just keep cycling until we draw more Jaces and more 3 steps ahead. And we keep normalize as our, small interaction. Oh, this is a nice one. Oh man, this can be huge. If they reanimate something. Yep, they're going for it. See, if I had the right mana for this turn, I would be able to just exile whatever they are playing. That's really good for them. So that's screaming. Man, if I had the right mana, I would win the game already. They still have the Jace. I think the last card is Jace as well, right? Not sure if they shuffle. Man, I'm so sad that... Did I misplay? No, we needed 4 Dimir mana, so we couldn't tap otherwise, I think. Yep. Well, our opponent... Man, he's drawing 1 card a turn, but look how good he draws. This is crazy. At least we will get rid of the Jace. And we need more counterspells. Are you serious? He just got more, man. But he doesn't have Screaming Emergence. Alright. Maybe we can catch him. Maybe he won't go for chapter 3. Yep. He wants to do it on the next turn. Yeah, we want to get rid of the... You know what? We have some ways. What did they mean? If I target Jace, I get Intimidation Campaigns back, but I cannot counter it, so it's not a great deal. Just say go. Okay, this is the card. This is the type of card we need. Alright. So, we go for Vortex on Jace, right? And let's go double Demolition Field. So this is not a problem anymore. Do I want more? I think I will take 1, but not the second one. So we don't need to discard. Alright. We probably don't want to shuffle the library. And what is the spell they will try to go for? Probably Prankster? We have 5 mana. You know what? We're doing it, and they will mill themselves super hard. We just need... yep. Let's cease. And what is the card, my friend? Oh, this one. Right. And we can exile something more. Is that Atraxa? I actually think it's Atraxa. I'm not sure if that's the right call. And I'm drawing cards, right? Sure. If anything, we just discard it. See how insane this card is? And it cost us 0. It cost us 0 cards. Just 2 mana. Alright. Oh, they feel silly now. They have only 3 cards. There's no way they will go absolutely crazy on 3 cards, right? And every turn they're... Really? I can lock down. I want to see what was... No, let's see the card. Because I don't think they had target for chapter 3. So I would let it through. I would lock down it. And they wouldn't get the value. They would go for the Prankster. And that's not too much value. Man, I cannot believe how much they fought on those 3 cards. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed the games, and I'll tell you, man, playing Esper is a little bit different than Azorius and Dimir. It actually combines all of the ways that you can play the game, especially with Intimidation Campaign that forces you into Dimir already. Every time I played Intimidation Campaign, I didn't have access to Beza, to lockdowns, to normalize, and it actually feels more complete this way just because you have such a variety of options. And while, you know, Cease and Desist is a little bit of a fun choice, like, listen, it's not farewell, but it's really kinda nearly close. So I really like this card. I added it after losing to Boros because I realized that probably we need at least one answer. I went with Strokes of Midnight or whatever the card is, but then I realized, man, Cease and Desist is just better, and it's one card solution to a problem, right? So yeah, a lot of things going on in this deck. But before we go further, I want to say a huge thank you to all the current Patreon supporters. Thank you guys for caring. Thank you guys for making content like this possible, and just being amazing. So thank you. And yeah, another bold choice is Rona Vortex. I really went all in on this one. It can target both creatures and planeswalkers, so it really, helps you with this problem of not having Get Lost here. And I didn't want Get Lost because I wanted as a removal go for the throats and this one lonely bitter trunk. Honestly, I'm not super sure about Normalize. I think there is a chance you can, put something else here, but the card is so insanely strong that it always finds a target. However, we are pretty heavy on the counter spells for this reason. Rona Vortex also, so against super aggressive decks, you just want to stay alive. So 1 mana just to get rid of a buff spell on a scamp or something, or the mouse hero, it gives you so much time that it's worth it. And against, bigger decks with like shorted and stuff, you just pay more mana, and this is a perfect removal. Sure, it goes to the bottom of the library, but it will take them a while to get it back. And at this point, you probably will mill them with Jace, so the last card doesn't really matter. And yeah, this is very versatile while also being instant. So this was the reasoning behind the card. We still have Beza because we want some, brick that, basically defends us against all the aggro decks. Intimidation Campaign is very nice, but it's slow, so Beza helps it on. And we had some discussions about cease and desist, and don't forget, the whole point of this card is that if it hits their matchup right, you keep it and it wins the game at some point. If this doesn't hit the matchup right, you just cycle it. You can exile up to 2 cards, so it doesn't mean you need to exile any of them, and you just gain 2 life, which is amazing, man. Against aggro decks, 2 life can make a difference between winning and losing. And you draw a card, so you invest a card, you draw a card, you lost nothing, you gain 2 life for 2 mana, and that's it. And yeah, you just have the rest part of the deck. It also, the fun part, when you have 60 cards and you have cards that cycle itself, that means you have effectively more than 4 lockdowns, because you still draw from the same deck, but you have more draws. So, it actually makes your deck a little bit more consistent. It also helps you to hit a land or stuff like this. Not a big deal, but something to keep in mind, that you are never losing anything except 2 mana in the worst case. So yeah. Also, one thing we didn't really discuss in the intro is the mana base. With Fountain Pores, Demolition Field, and Reef, together with Anchorages, you actually have so much to do with all the lands. That really helps during the game, especially that sometimes you might have a situation when you have Intimidation Campaigns and 3 lands in the hand, and nothing more. However, Reef completely solves this issue, because you can just attack your opponent, mill him, which helps with the Jace plan already, maybe even drawing 3 cards with -2, and it triggers the crime. Same for Demolition Field. And if you hit Fountain Port, you just make a token, then you use it to draw a card, and every of those lands will save you in full top deck game. So if your opponent has 1 card a turn, and you have 1 card a turn and those lands, you should be winning on average, because your draws are more powerful, more synergistic thanks to Intimidation Campaign, and you draw more cards. So that's a very neat way to win the game, even though it seems just like a mana base. And we are playing all 8 fast lands. A bold choice, but I think the most important part of the game is this early game. If we can ensure that we have both Intimidation Campaign on turn 3, Lockdown on turn 3, and Normalize on turn 2, together with Go for the Throat on turn 2, whatever we need, if we can make sure that this part of the deck is super quick early game, we should be able to survive to play the rest. And even though we don't have too many cards with curve above 3, we can combine those cards into infinite value trains basically, so you never run out of value with this deck. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed it, guys, and thank you for watching until the end. I really hope you had a great fun. And Esper, I'm not sure if it's better than Azorius, but it definitely is refreshing, and I enjoyed playing this deck, especially Intimidation Campaign together with Lockdown and Beza. Like, it feels pretty new. So I hope you liked it, and see you guys tomorrow.